this computer. Okay. And I'll go back to sharing my screen. Alrighty. And I need to pull you guys up on the video panel. And thank you, Emma and Micah, for being the co-hosts and allowing people in. Okay. Time check. All right. So let me just introduce myself. A lot of you know me, and for the folks that don't, just to let you know, my name is Pauletta Pierce. I'm a multicultural individual of Black and Asian ancestry. I identify as Malaysian. I like to tell you guys this because people, the way I present, you wouldn't think that I was Asian. So if I start talking about all this Asian stuff, people are like, kind of like, what's going on? So to cut the confusion, I'm letting you know that I'm half Asian, actually born first generation and raised by my immigrant family here, born here in Chinatown and raised by my immigrant family in Los Angeles. So I have the experience of reading and writing everything for my family. Yeah. So also too, my background is substance abuse counselor and a trainer. And for the last 21 years with lived experience. And for the last 10-ish years, I've been incorporating culture into the treatment episode with my clients and expanding it with youth and community-driven events. Okay. And so if you all can like throw in your name or something about you, if you're from Eastwind or, you know, where you live, who you are, something about you, that would be fantastic. Yeah. Okay. So, um, the purpose of the gathering is to give us an opportunity to facilitate a discussion of Hungry Ghost Festival during the Ghost Month. It is our hope that this unique opportunity for the community to reintroduce, reintroduce, revitalize, and celebrate together. So what is cultural capital? Um, let me present that question to you guys. What do you guys think cultural capital mean? You can unmute yourself and just say it. So let me give you guys a hint. What's capital? Meaning like assets, right? Our assets, right? So besides money, what are some other assets that we have? Okay, let me see. Someone put something in the chat. Let's see. Oh, okay. Nice. All right. I think when I look at the chat box, I'm actually blocking out everything. All right. All right. One more moment of a guess of cultural capital. And if you don't know, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. So cultural capital is knowing more than one language and being able to translate to our family. So I remember being a kid and having to like, even though I don't speak Chinese and it was not taught to me, I can understand broken English so well. So when people would talk to me, I would translate to my family, and I always felt embarrassed, like, God, I got to translate, I got to break it down and tell them what they mean, and always felt like embarrassed of that, like our whole family dynamic that they didn't understand. But um, another example of knowing more languages is being bilingual and being able to translate for your family. I know it can be a heavy duty, like feel like a burden when you're a child, but it's actually such an asset, right? It's great to be bilingual. Who's bilingual? Raise your hand. Let's see some reaction here. Yeah, yeah. I can't see everybody, but you know, I speak Chinglish. All right, right, Ryan. I speak Chinglish and Spanglish. All righty. So being bilingual, also too, growing up in the 70s, Generation X, um, the family thought you only needed to know one language, and that's just English. So that was the way they thought we needed to simulate to the controlling culture, mainstream culture. Okay, but now we're seeing it's a wonderful thing to have. All right. Another thing about cultural capital is understanding traditional healing practices or food ways. So, you know, different indigenous and other cultures have their way of addressing things, and it's just part of their life, their custom. So, an example would be traditional Chinese medicine. And the foundation of traditional Chinese medicine is the yin and the yang, which is the balance of the five elements. And everything is based on that balance of those five elements. And so that's where our acupuncture comes from. That's where our herbs come from. And then another layer of that is your Chinese zodiac sign, and that plays a part into your balance, okay, and the world around you. And of course, food ways. Um, can someone tell me what long noodles mean in Chinese or just in the Asian culture? Please unmute yourself. You kids don't, no one knows what long noodles mean?
I'm not Asian. I'm not Asian, but it means like long life and stuff like that.
Yes. Yes. Excellent. Right on. Perfect. Yes. Yes. Yeah. So there's there's a lot of symbolism with food. Yeah. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later. And also too, not just the Asian culture, but all the other cultures too. There's a lot of symbolism and stories. That's where the stories live, and the resilience. Okay. If we think about soul food, it came from survival, and now it's a huge, wonderful cuisine that I want to eat every day and don't know how to cook. But yeah, you know, there's a story that's behind soul food. Okay, time check. Okay, 7:15. Okay, having a strong network in your community who supports you. So folks that are like in Eastwind, or with the native school, or with Sika, those are all different community members that are supporting the youth. Okay. The values of resistance, storytelling, and faith that's passed down through generations. So those stories that some of those things that my grandmother told me I didn't understand when I was young, like now that I'm older, I'm like, aha, that's what my grandmother meant. Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna look in the chat really quickly. All right. All right. Perfect. All righty. Let me speed it up. All right, so I want to introduce you community culture wealth. So Dr. Tara Yozi's community culture wealth model was developed in 2005 to focus on students, mainly students of colors, assets, skills, and disposition from their families. So using the community culture wealth CCW framework to understand communities of colors is crucial, because it offers a vital alternative to the well the Western worldview of the controlling culture, which often that often reflects other cultures as being deficient based and superstitious, and not really people of colors traditions aren't really valued. Um, so instead of viewing communities of colors as lacking or disadvantaged, the CCW framework focuses on inherited strengths, knowledge, skills, and resources that possess and leverage to navigate and thrive despite experiencing oppression and marginalization. Okay. Okay, so now I'm getting to Ghost Month. So with the CCW in mind, let's explore Ghost Month. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me go back. Um, so with community culture wealth, we also have these six pillars: inspirational capital, familiar capital, social capital, navigation capital, resistant capital, linguistic capital. So when all of these pillars are high, you get really strong cultural capital. So also to Chief Rocha, you can also think of the Yanni village and the capital of that. Like your cultural capital is growing with the Yanni village, right?
Mhm.
So
Correct.
um so with these six pillars, now we're gonna explore Ghost Month. Okay. Alrighty. That's a pretty awesome chart. I love that. Okay, so the ghost month, y'all, happens on the seventh month, on the 15th day on the lunar calendar. In Chinese tradition, it is believed that during this time, spirits are allowed to return to the human world. Some of them are ancestors looking to for care, check up on you, make sure you know you're okay. And while others are wandering souls without families to honor them. Those are the ones that we call hungry ghosts. They're so kind of like unhoused people, we have unhoused ghosts too. To keep the harmony between the living and the spiritual world, families and community makes offerings of food, incense, candles, and Asians, we love money. Even in the unseen world, we love money. So that paper money is also referred to as Josh paper. Okay. So during Ghost Month, people will celebrate in community, have the Hungry Ghost Festival during Ghost Month, which is about 30 days ish long. Um, we'll celebrate with opera ceremony to show respect and provide comfort to spirits. As it's the heart, Ghost Month is about remembrance, respect, balance, and caring for both our ancestors and for the unseen world around us, right? So um, what I love is that it really acknowledges the unseen world, because our naked eyes, we can't see everything. You ever have like a dog like bark at something and you don't see it, but they see it and they feel it? So that's part of the unseen world. And that's, I'll stop right there. Okay. All right. So check this out. This was from last year, our very first Hungry Ghost Festival in Los Angeles.
Eat you? Who said I was going to eat you? But now that you mention it, hẹn lý, ông bộ hoặc bao nhiêu hẹn lý喎? Bác con cái lý có liệu, ngon có gì à? Wait a minute.
All righty. I wish it could have been a little louder. That's as loud as I can get it. But you don't have to answer it now, but just think about all the different capitals that are in that shadow puppy. And let me put it in the chat really quick. Here are the six pillars. Okay. Think about that. All right. Just have that on the side there. Okay. So, some of the, so, the three areas that I've acknowledged during Ghost Month and This is a reimagine. Um, m- I did grow up with Ghost Month, but my grandmother didn't tell me it was Ghost Month. It was like the first memories I have was my grandmother just telling me, "Oh, okay, this is the month we have to kind of watch out of the things that we're doing." She never said, "Ooh, Ghost Month," because I think she didn't want to freak us out, and she didn't want to sound like just old superstitious, right? Um, um, so some of this is through a lot of research and 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 looking at other cultures and Day of the Dead, um, how they also look at also how they're honoring their ancestors. They have a day for children. We also have an area for children that we acknowledge. And then with the Asians, we honor wandering ghosts. Okay. So in the middle of the screen is my family plot back in Hong Kong. So um, um, with the Asian culture, we put the last name first because we come from a collective worldview. A Western ideology, the last name comes, your first name comes first and your last name comes last because we're more about the individual. So knowing your family name is really, really important. It tells you who you are, and it also has the mindset of how we make our decisions is what's best for the family. So when my grandmother had passed away, it took me a couple of years to bring her remains back to the family plot because that is really important. And so this picture was taken during Qingming, which happens in the springtime. Another time we honor our ancestors and we clean off their tombs and we bring them foods that are familiar to them, and of course all the other the incense. The incense are are the, are used to attract our ancestors and spirits, and it's also to carry prayers to where they are. Um, yeah, so I was able to uh, bring my grandmother back to her family plot. And on the very left side is my papa, my grandma, and I have some other ancestors. I have my mother-in-law and my father-in-law, um, Patricia and Ernie. And then I have my dad here. See, I look just like him. And then I have Grandma Viola. This is my uncle on my mom's side. Well, obviously, right? And then this is my great grandfather on my mom's side. That's Grandpa Lou. So, yeah. So when I'm honoring my ancestors, I to myself I say, um, I'm honoring them and the ones that I don't know, because the ones that I don't know have contributed to who I am and where I am today. Already. So like I was saying, time check 7:26. Okay. I think I'm good on time. 7:26. We also honor the unborn and children that weren't allowed to live. So I created this space at the Gloria Molina Park a few years ago when the resident when the when babies and children that went missing at the residential schools, they were being uncovered and they still need to be uncovered. It hit me so hard as a mother. Like I was really like overwhelmed with what was going on. So this altar, ofrenda, is dedicated to them. And yeah, So I always think it's really important to always have like some sweets, some extra sweets for them, some toys, things that they would like. Okay, and so raise your hand or tell or unmute yourself and say yes if you've ever seen one of these all the way on the bottom left hand corner, a sidewalk altar where you just see random like food. Uh-huh. Yeah, right. And I hope everyone knows to not disturb it, right?
I've seen it before.
What? You've seen it before? You've disturbed it before, Jamal?
No, no, no. I've seen it before. I've seen it before.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. And we'll start seeing it a lot. Yeah. So just to make sure, never disturb those things because that's actually for uh, um, a soul that's lost, that doesn't have family, that's praying for them. Those are the ones that we call like hungry ghosts. And so I just have pictures here of like a sidewalk altar that I put up during a bike ride, ofrenda bike ride. It was so awesome, kids. We had all the bikes. We had our bikes were moving altars, and we had little pit stops that we got to set up, and it happened on the anniversary of Chinese massacre. So I put something out there for the Chinese massacre. Can someone unmute themselves and tell me where the Chinese massacre happened?
Wrong. It
Los
happened at
An-
Union Station, bro.
Yes. Yes. Well, I don't mean yes, like a happy thing. I'm just so happy that you guys know. And so, yeah. And then there's my bike connected to my I forget what those things are called. I don't know, Joanna, what are those things called? Those bike trailers. I have my ofrenda there. Yeah. All right. I'm not good at keeping records of my pictures. So I had to pull this off in a week. Okay, guys. All right. So Josh paper. Okay. So usually we burn this at the temple. If not, we can burn it at home. So on the very center top corner, top, upper top, middle, there's buckets that you can buy. Well, like steel pails that you can buy where you can burn your Josh paper, your offerings to your relatives. So they have a whole bunch of stuff. Money, gold, silver, shoes, jewelry. Um, if you're not able to afford like all of the different foods that you would offer for ceremony, then you could buy a paper form. And they have the whole feast there. I've been doing that lately because money's a little tight. So, and different clothes. And for my dad, he was a cameraman. He liked electronics, so I had sent him an iPad. They have iPads, cell phones. They even have passports. And on the right, the left corner, you'll see some of my family burning stuff for Qingming. And then the lower part, you could see them burning to send to the family. And then the very middle, uh, when someone passes, we will burn them a whole house, and it's custom made. So when my father had passed, my grandmother knew that he accepted Buddha into his life already. My dad was already like a Buddhist. And so we did some of these things for him. I made him a customized home. I was able to get him a record player because he had a big record collection. And so I had that for him, and some of the comforts and luxuries that we have in the physical world. Okay, now on the very right hand lower corner, this picture freaks me out so much. These are servants. that you can send to your relatives. I that's all I could tell you. I don't know like if folks were messing up in their lifetime, if they're reincarnated to this you know, I don't know, but that would be very interesting, right? So um they look really trippy to me. Yeah, so I sent my dad two servants too. Um, yeah. All righty. So I hope you guys are thinking about all the six pillars of capital, right? So food. Okay. So let me, yeah. So in the Chinese culture, I'm probably butchering up the name. Q holds significance as a symbol of prosperity, good luck, and continuality. And with specific types, like this on the top here, um, is a red tortoise shell, and that symbolizes longevity and joy due to its tortoise shape, and well, it's a pink color. So pink is in the hue of red, and red is very lucky. So it's not exactly red, but it was made from a red beet juice, which kind of turned pink. But like I said, it's still a hue of red. And so on the left side, this is what they traditionally look like. And they have like symbols there. And I think the shape is supposed to be like a pear. But yeah, a lot of symbolism. So on the lower corner, my friend Jessie, who um, made them last year, just drops them off for me tonight. And this is what they look like. I don't know if you guys can see. Well, you guys can't see, but she just drops them off for me. Let's see. In this little bamboo thing. Well, you guys can't see. But anyways, this is exactly what they look like. Um, in the picture, they look kind of limeish green. And when in person, they're a very, very light pink. So she has a different feeling from last year. Last year she used mug beans and some mushrooms. It was really good. So yeah, we want to have those, and we're gonna have those on the altar to to um, liven up and kind of spoil our ancestors. Let me just, if anybody wants to order any, um, I just put her email in the chat box. All right. Or then you can ask me later. Okay. It's 7:36. Okay. I think I'm good on time. I'm good on time. Alrighty. Here's another little video. So these folks are so awesome. I got to meet them last weekend. And so, yeah, I wanted to share that video with you guys since they had it on their website. And they were really awesome. Okay. Okay, so let's revisit the 6 pillars of community cultural wealth. Okay, Ghost Month through the lens of community cultural wealth. All right, aspirational. Yeah, here are some examples of using this pillar with Ghost Month. Okay, so families maintain hope, dreams, and for future generations by honoring ancestors, believing that spiritual harmony brings blessings and protection. Oops. Oh, I went too fast. Linguistic. Rituals often involve chanting prayers and storytelling in native tongue, native languages, or dialects, preserving linguistic heritage and spiritual vocabulary. Yeah, spiritual vocabulary. So, by the way, there's words in English that cannot describe some of the spirituality in other cultures. So that tells me they don't have that type of the Western ideologies that always have that spirituality. Familiar. Participation in Ghost Month rituals such as preparing offers and or burning Josh papers is often a multi-generational activity that reinforces family bonds and shared values. And I could even go deeper, right? We're sharing multi-generational through the living and the unseen. So the last 3 pillars: social. Community events like temple ceremonies or neighborhood offerings foster strong networks of mutual support and collective identity. Navigational. Immigrant families adapt Ghost Month practices to new environments. That sounds like us. That's what we're doing, Micah, right? We're reimagining and we're fitting it into our modern world, right? Our urban setting. Urban setting and or dysphoria communities. Navigating dominant cultural norms while preserving traditions. So East Wind, we're not always able to set up firecrackers, right? But that's a very traditional thing that you guys do. We're not always able to do it in certain settings, but you guys still adapt. You guys still do the lion dancing blessings. So it's a way so you guys are actually preserving the culture and adapting it to modern culture. Okay, resistance. And this isn't actually a dirty word. So preserving Ghost Month resists cultural assimilation and affirms the values of ancestral wisdom in societies that may marginalize non-Western spiritual practices. So another example of resistant capital, you guys are familiar with Kathy Bank and East West Bank and the family associations. Once upon a time, Chinese people couldn't get loans from the bank, so they would loan money. They would get a loan from the family associations, and they finally, the owner of Phoenix Bakery finally just said, you know what, and other store keepers said, let's just make our own bank, and that's how Kathy Bank happened. Okay, with them doing so, that's a form of resistance by them adapting and pushing through and still being able to open up stores and expand because they needed the money, right? They needed the loans to get their businesses going. And the system was kind of designed to not have them grow and be and prosper by not allowing them to loan them money. Also, too, with redlining, you guys, if you haven't heard about it, your students will learn about it later on in school. Banks were not allowing certain communities to live and buy certain houses in certain neighborhoods, and that is called redlining. So, anyways, let me move on. All right, so this is San Francisco. This was last week. Their cultural capital is really awesome. They have a strong cultural capital. They just celebrated 60 years of the Chinese Cultural Center in Chinatown. And right there in Chinatown, they have this big Hilton hotel, right? Hilton, everyone's familiar with Hilton. Well, I don't know if you guys know that is old buku buck money. So they came into this poor neighborhood, and I believe they said, you know what, if you guys are going to open up here, we need our cultural center. And they've been going strong for 60 years. So yeah, I just wanted to share some pictures of last week. While everyone was hot over here in LA, I was freezing up there and enjoying the cool weather. So they had Chinese opera. We had some like Gothic vampire-ish Chinese characters walking around. Got to meet the wonderful folks from the Lotus Association. They're the ones that construct the Ghost King, and they had a little procession. You see the hand there, and they had this Jack in a Box popping up on the very top right hand corner. This character with long brown hair, kind of looks like Micah, was popping up, popping up, and just being spooky. And then inside their culture center, they have this beautiful installation with sound baths, and then they had characters walking around, and then the element of fire is on the lower corner. It was really awesome. Okay, so time check. Okay, we're good on time. Things to consider during Ghost Month: to not stay out too late. Avoid swimming, especially at nighttime. Okay. Arranging dates for weddings and business is not advice. Okay. It's just not advice. Okay. And don't pick up red envelopes from the ground. So picking up a red envelope from the ground, it's kind of like inviting maybe a troubled ghost, a spirit, to attach themselves to you. And then there's a whole nother world about where you can marry a ghost, or ghosts can marry you, but that's for another time, guys. That's for another time. But also too, during Ghost Month, it's going to be different each year for everybody. So these are just like the generals, but to take even a deeper dive, it's going to go according to your Chinese zodiac sign and the year we are in. So we are a year of the wood snake. So being in the year of the wood snake, what does that mean for your Chinese zodiac sign? And are you in conflict with Duke Jupiter? So everyone is a little different, right? And so not even just your Chinese zodiac sign, it goes even deeper, your element, because there's 5 elements. So you could be a metal dog or an iron dog. If you're 19, you're most likely a fire dog. Born 2006, you're mostly fire dogs. You guys are kind of okay, but other zodiac signs, everyone's going to be a little different, which is really, really interesting. I don't have my grandmother to kind of tell me like what to do and what to look out for. So I'm just been figuring it out on my own. Okay. And so that's something to mention for the folks that are doing the 12 Chinese zodiac sign. That's something you can mention next week. Okay, so that takes us to our virtual activity. Okay, so it's 7:48. We can do this. Actually, I said we would end at 8, but I have it to like 8:15 in case we go over. But this won't take long. This is going to take about no more than 10 minutes. Okay, so this is our virtual activity for the evening. Okay, this is Sankofa. Sankofa is let me introduce Sankofa to you. So Sankofa is an Argon word and symbol originated from Ghana, West Africa. The meaning literally translates to go back and fetch. Okay, so why am I introducing this to you? Well, I'm half Black, so you guys already know that. And it emphasized the importance of learning from the past to make progress in the future. So we've covered that Ghost Month isn't superstitious. It's a living archive of cultural resilience. Why practicing embodies survival, adaptation, and pride and heritage, especially in diaspora context. We're all living in diaspora. If you don't understand that word, just Google it. But we're all living in diaspora. We're not living exactly the way our ancestors did because we're in this new world. Okay, so CCW helps us to see Ghost Month not as exotic or other, but as a sophisticated system of meaning making community empowerment. So remember okay, so we're using, so we're gonna break out into rooms. I'm gonna break you out into rooms. And if I would like for each room to pick a capital, but we don't have time for that. Just do the best you can, okay? So number one, here are the instructions. How does the form of CCW, community cultural wealth, show up in Ghost Month? Traditions and our own cultural practices. All right, so if you can't think of Ghost Month, think of another practice or just even the practice of lion dancing. What ancestral wisdom or memory can you fetch back using this capital? How does this empower us today individually and collectively as a community? Okay. Each group will craft one powerful line or statement that captures their reflections. Okay. So I'm going to put it in the chat. You can copy and paste these questions, okay? And then when you guys are in your breakout room, you guys can scan this QR code, or you can go into this Google form. And let me put it in the chat right now. So you have it. And let me stop sharing. Okay, so we're going to break out into breakout rooms. I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes, and I want you guys to come up with one strong line or one statement about any of those capitals that come to you. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it, okay? And then I'm going to put all of our sentences together to make a collective poem, okay? Alrighty, so let's do the breakout rooms. And let me see, how many people do we have? Let's see. We have, okay, assign automatically, yes. And how many? We have 23. Okay, so let's see. We want about 5 or 4 in each room. So let's do 5 breakout rooms. That should be about 4 people. Okay, includes co-hosts when assigning. Okay, okay. Here we go. You guys will just push join. All right. Jabal, Joanne, Kevin, you guys pick a room. All right. Keep picking a room. Pick a room. It should say join room. All right. All right. How are you guys doing?
Hi, everybody. Good.
All right, people. All right,
Who is
Jabal,
in
come
my
on.
team? Hi, everybody.
Uh,
Justin, Hugo.
think of
All right.
a line using the capital. Let me put it in here again.
Yeah, please. Aspiration linguistic. We're coming up with a sentence.
Yep, a sentence. And it will go into this Google form. Alrighty. Well, let me go into the other rooms and see what's up. Okay.
Okay.
Leave meeting. No, leave breakout room. Okay. Let me go to.
Let's see. Hey,
Hey,
Pauletta.
hey guys, just checking, see if you guys, how you guys are doing with that one-liner.
Well, I think that we picked social as the form of cultural capital to focus.
Okay, already.
Mhm.
So yeah, let me just put it in the chat one more time, and then let me just put the Google form in there. Okay, great.
And then, okay, so I guess if we,
I guess just do the best you can. Some of the
yeah,
kids aren't answering.
but if we go, because I don't want to get lost when we click. Okay, that's good.
All right, there you go.
Okay. Okay, yeah, we got this.
Alrighty, let me go into another room.
Okay.
All right, I'll see you guys very soon.
Okay, see you.
Hi guys, how you guys doing with your your one-liner?
Hi, Pauletta.
Hello.
Hi, Pauletta. We're working on it. Well, we're just starting to talk, actually.
Okay. Great. Okay, so let me give you guys the Google form and put it in there. Okay. Alrighty. I'll see you guys in a bit.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, leave breakout room.
Hey, Pauletta.
Hi, just wondering how's it going with
We
your
were
one line?
wondering,
Uh-huh.
were we assigned a CCW or we just pick one?
Just pick one. I didn't want to
Oh,
make it
okay.
too hard, so I'll
Okay.
put it in the chat again. And then do you guys see the Google form?
Yeah.
So you can
Each one
relate
of
it.
us,
No,
do
you
each one of
guys,
us have to do it?
no, you guys will create one line, one sentence. So
All
each
right.
of you contribute like a word or two to the one sentence, and you guys agree if you like the sentence.
I think we have it, miss.
Okay, great. So just put it in that Google form. You see the Google form link?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay.
All right. See you, Pauletta.
All right. Good job. Breakout room. Yeah. Hi. Hi, guys. How are you guys doing with, oh, okay. I like that so far. I like what you wrote there. So power through praying to our ancestors at the altar. Okay. Um, here is, not everyone is coming up. You guys are just creating one sentence together, or you guys agree on yeah, the one powerful sentence. Okay. You don't understand? Okay. The second question. The second question is, what ancestral wisdom or memory can we fetch back using this capital? So fetching back is Sankofa. So what can we use? What ancestral wisdom can we use? So an example is if I think about my grandmother and the wisdom she had, I can't really explain how she knew things, but my grandmother had a wisdom that I couldn't explain how she knows things, how she knew things, but she was spot on. So that's kind of what that means. So going back to think about that past, I'm looking back. I'm fetching it back to bring to the present day. Does that help? So you could choose any of those three questions. It doesn't have to be question number two. Kind of. Oh, okay. So maybe question three, how does this empower us today, individually and collectively? So maybe you could think about how lion dancing, how it empowers you today as a person and collectively as a group. So how does lion dancing empower you? And how does it empower the whole group of kids? So using, you could just think of one of these, you guys just think of one, agree on one, or your sentence can be a combination of some of that capital.
If they're all in lion dancing, Pauletta, they should definitely use that because they're that seems
Like
more
more
like
used to it. Yeah, that's why,
yeah.
using that example.
Yeah.
Okay, so lion dancing empowers us by spreading the positive energy within ourselves and others. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. Alrighty. So go ahead and put that in that Google chat that I sent, and let me send it again, that Google form. Let me see. And I had 3 responses and I had 5 groups. So 2 more responses. 2 more responses. Yeah. Yes, that was awesome. Alrighty, so I will see you guys in the main room. Thank you. So, hello. Okay, so just one more group needs to submit their line, and then I'm going to share our collective poem. I'm not going to look at it. I'm not going to look at it until everyone puts it in. Let's see what Sankofa flies in. Okay, so I think, okay, almost everyone is back. It will close in 15, 14 seconds. And then just one more group needs to submit their agreed sentence or strong line. So, all right, everyone is returning. So yeah, with community cultural wealth, what equivalents cultural capital. It's just really, I think, a lovely way of looking at our ancestral practices and not looking at them as being superstitious and like not valued, because sometimes Western ideology will act that way with communities of color and their cultural practices. So this is really to really a way of honoring our ancestors' practices and our practices. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen one more time. One group didn't submit, but you know what? Not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. Okay, so let's read the response. Can you guys see the screen? Let me see. Let me show you guys. Let me see. Okay, great. All right, so here is our here is our community cultural wealth poem, poem. During Ghost Month, we focus on being in social relationships with past generations as well as with other living people. We remember that we are never alone. The love carries us forward. Lion dancing empowers us by spreading the positive energy within ourselves and others. This event empowers the Chinatown community, bringing people that aren't from the culture who are interested to come along to explore our culture. Ah, how beautiful. Oh my God. Let me give you guys a round of applause. You guys are so awesome. I know you guys I took you out of your comfort zone. Like, where's Paletta taking us? But this is really awesome. And I want to encourage you guys to take ethnic studies and learn and continue to do research on our own regarding our cultural practices. It's just so rich and beautiful. So, oh my gosh, I really appreciate this entertaining me. And so let me put it in our chat box, our community cultural wealth poem, and I'm going to put it on a nice little flyer, and I'm going to post it because it is awesome and beautiful. Maybe we'll read it at the Ghost Festival. Okay, so one more thing I got to just add, and I just wanted to let's see. Let me share one more time. Let me let me see the panels. So where are you guys at? I don't see the panel. Show video panel. Okay, so oh no, I didn't want that to come up. All right, so yes. Oh, wait a minute. I think I went back too far. Okay, so save the date for September the 7th, 4 o'clock to 7 p.m. My name is Pauletta Pierce. Thank you so much. And then let me stop sharing and let me just put in our little web page and all our tickets. They are free. Oh, I can't minimize while recording. Okay. Well, let's see. Just bear with me. I have to just pull it up really fast. You know what? 2 screens isn't enough. I need 3 screens. Okay. Here are my notes. Okay, so here's our website and tickets, and it is completely free. We look forward to having everybody there. And I would love if I could take a picture. Let me stop. Let me stop recording. Let me stop recording and pause on the recording.